Hi everyone, this is Dr. Nitin Chhoda with Ignition Time and welcome to my channel. I'm smiling because I'm kind of addicted to these things and I've actually been sipping on this all day today. But in this video, I'm going to talk to you about the new government funding, the 7-day government funding bill that has actually been passed in the House. Let's take a look at this tweet on your screen from Jeff Stein from the Washington Post. The House approved a government funding extension for 7 days until the 19th of December. So this is going to go right up until these crucial deadlines. And as you can see from Jeff Stein's tweet, the 26th of December is a deadline where the PUA, the Pandemic Unemployment Assistance, expires, the one for self-employed workers, gig workers, part-time workers. PEUC, the 13-week extension to state unemployment, expires in most states. In fact, states have actually started sending out notices saying, hey, you're not going to get any money after that deadline. That has actually started to happen all across the country. On the 31st of December, the eviction moratorium is scheduled to expire. On the 1st of January, the airline layoff freeze expires. On the 1st of January, paid leave expires. In fact, there are a bunch of programs that are actually expiring at the end of the year, and these are just a few of those programs. This entire action from the House was explained in more detail in this article. You'll see this headline of this Washington Post article on your screen that reads, House approves 1 week spending bill as stimulus talks drag on. I mean, there was a $908 billion bipartisan Senate plan. It was a good plan. It did not include stimulus checks because many Republican senators wanted to keep the cost under $1 trillion. And then all of a sudden we have the White House coming and saying, all right, let's do stimulus checks, but no unemployment, no $300 a week. So this made the Democrats say, no can do. So unfortunately, talks are still dragging on right now, and the bipartisan group of senators is still continuing to work on this and negotiating for a broader relief package. I did talk about an outline that they released earlier today, and I did give you the high points of that outline from the Senate plan. But basically, the House of Representatives today approved a 1 week extension in funding for the federal government, and this is essentially done to give lawmakers, to give senators and people in the House of Representatives more time, specifically actually the senators, because they're working on the bipartisan Senate deal. The Senate is a hold up here. If we can get enough senators to support this, this should pass the House as well, because essentially House Speaker Nancy Pelosi has said, along with Chuck Schumer, the Senate Minority Leader, that they support the bipartisan Senate framework for what they consider an emergency plan until they can effectively do a larger stimulus next year. In fact, the Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell basically said the new administration is going to ask for more stimulus. So let's do something short and let's get something done now. I do believe that based on what we are seeing, enough people feel that something needs to be done. It also is clear that both sides now agree on the top line number. They do agree on the top line number. So what's really left is for them to hammer out the final details about stimulus checks and unemployment benefits and hopefully state and local aid. In fact, I would say state and local aid is also sorted out because that was in the proposal provided by the U.S. Secretary Mnuchin in the past 24 hours to House Speaker Pelosi. So this is done to give lawmakers, specifically senators, enough time to hammer out the details on the spending bill by this time next week. Now keep in mind, this short-term spending bill to continue the funding of the government does not include anything as far as stimulus is concerned. But, and I don't think this is going to surprise you, this short-term spending bill, the Senate Majority Leader, there he is, Mitch McConnell, is indeed going to bring this for a vote to the floor of the Senate, and he will hold a vote ahead of the deadline on Friday to continue funding the government. So keep in mind that if President Trump does not sign this bill into law by midnight on Friday, a government shutdown would actually commence on Saturday morning. It's like, haven't we had enough nonsense and enough drama for this year already? We've had too much. This has been an unbelievable year. And by the way, this deadline in the next week is probably the most important deadline for stimulus negotiations. I think it's fair to say that if this doesn't happen in the next week, this could get pushed back several months, because then there'll be no incentive for them to act. Now, I know this sounds unusual, but really the incentive for them to act now is the government funding, because the lawmakers don't want to pass government funding and then go on their Christmas breaks without having stimulus, because they They can't be seen as doing that. And I'm sure many of them do obviously want to help our fellow Americans. In fact, this was said in plain English by Roy Blunt, who's a senator from Missouri. I'm actually going to quote the Senator Roy Blunt now. He said this today: anybody who thinks if we let this moment pass, we'd have another bill before late March has not spent enough time, has not spent much time around this building. We need to do this, and we need to do it now. And I believe what the senator is implying is this has to happen now, otherwise this whole thing could get pushed back to March, and by then it's going to be too late. I believe it's already too late for many of us, because many of us are really struggling. And keep in mind, as you can expect, Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell did blame the Democrats for this situation, and he did accuse House Speaker Pelosi and Chuck Schumer for what he called a schizophrenic rejection of the White House offer. So that's where things stand. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. Also, you'll find a link to all of our resources in the description section below. I do want to say one more thing. You saw me earlier today out in the snow. There I am out in the snow talking about the importance of asking for help, specifically talking about how we should ask for help, how we can make a strong case of asking for help. I went so far as to say, hey, you should make a video. One of our viewers and subscribers, Zach Duncan, actually made a video and sent it to me. And I thought that was very impressive, because I'm a big fan of individuals who take action. Taking action is really the one thing I believe that can stand in the way of achieving our objectives, whether it's something as simple as asking for help, or something as complex as reaching a life goal, reaching financial freedom, or being in a position to help others. And I do believe that what Zach has done is very commendable. In fact, I'm going to show you his video, and I want you to see what Zach did. And so let's take a look at Zach's call to action for his niece, Jylee, what she's experiencing, and how we can be of help. Again, Zach, I want to commend you for putting this video together, and I hope, I'm confident you'll get the help that you need. We can all play our role in a small way, but props to Zach. And Zach, we're all behind you and your niece, Jylee. Let's take a look at Zach's video, and I want you folks to see this and see if we can help.
Hello, my name is Zach, and I watched a video this morning by Dr. Nitin Chhoda on YouTube, and if by some chance he gets to see this, thank you so much for all that you do. I've watched for quite a while. I don't always agree with some of your opinions that are stated on there, but I really appreciate your research. I think you do a great job of bringing information to the people. I do comment from time to time, and I feel safe being able to talk about how I feel on your station. So thank you so much for all that you do. This morning, you encouraged us to ask for help if we need it. And I am not making this video to ask for help for myself. I'm making this video to ask for help for my niece and for her family. My niece was very recently diagnosed with cancer. It is inside of her skull behind her left eye. There is a GoFundMe page, and if I have done this correctly, then maybe the link to that will appear right down here, or maybe right up there. I don't know how this works yet, so we'll see. So if you want to check out the GoFundMe page, that would be wonderful. Anything that you could put into it, anyone who sees this, God bless you. Thank you so much. The original cost was expected to be about $5,000, and that was to cover the direct expenses involved in getting her treatments, which will include chemo and radiation therapies. Now there's some battling with insurance and coverage, and this could go as high as $50,000. So they are farmers here in the Midwest where I am located. And it's just a whole lot of money for an 11-year-old girl. So not that she's, her life is invaluable. You couldn't put a price on it. But in our family, we all just don't have $50,000 or even the $5,000 up front to offer. So we're trying to find help. God bless you all, and thank you so much.
And on your screen, you'll see the GoFundMe page for Jylee Leaper. She was actually just diagnosed in November of this year. So anything we can do to help her, I believe we should. Her GoFundMe page is right here on the screen. You can see right here. And we'll also include a link in the description section below to her GoFundMe page. I think the important lesson that I want our viewers and subscribers to take away from this video, the deadline video, if you will, in terms of what's going to happen with stimulus, is that in the end, I believe we as human beings, we can create our own deadlines. I don't want us to allow the government or allow somebody else to create a deadline for us. Sometimes the actions we take, the initiatives we take, especially when they put us out of our comfort zone, they help us create our own deadline. Now, you're probably not going to believe this, but this is a fact because the camera never lies. I used to have a fear of public speaking. I used to stammer, and I remember this one time in school, I stood up in front of about 900 people, and I was supposed to speak, and I messed it up. I thought I would never ever speak publicly again. And by the way, I speak publicly a lot, and I conduct workshops and conferences. Haven't done any in the past year, but that's a whole different story. The instructor who saw me mess up gave me a second chance, and then I took that second chance and then spoke in front of the 900 people. I could feel my heart sort of thumping through my chest, but I was able to do it. And then I haven't looked back ever since. So I think when we create our own deadline, or when someone else creates a deadline for us, and when we take the initiative, that is the way for us to move forward. And I do believe that the actions, by the way, I did do other videos earlier today talking about the actions that Jason took, the action that Devon took. In fact, on your screen, you'll see Jason's page, Jason's GoFundMe page. Props to Jason for putting that page together today. And here's Devon's GoFundMe page, and props to Devon also for taking the initiative. Individuals like Jason, like Devon, and like Zach, on behalf of his niece Jylee. These are the individuals who are getting out of their own comfort zones and trying to make a change. In Zach's case, a change for his niece. So I think we can all create our own deadlines, and that's the lesson I want to share in this video. I do believe that deadline, as far as a stimulus is concerned, is important, but in the end, we all create our own deadlines. Let me know what you think. You'll find the link to Jason's GoFundMe page, Devon's GoFundMe page, and Jylee's GoFundMe page in the description section below. I appreciate you all. Let me know what you think in the comment section. That's it, everybody. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Dr. Nitin Chhoda with Ignition Time. If you're new to our channel, I want you to know that the Ignition Time channel is about the country, it's about the economy, and it's about your money. My name is Dr. Nitin Chhoda with Ignition Time. If you don't know anything about me, check out my video. You'll learn more about who I am, what my journey has been like, and why you should listen to me. Remember that we release videos at 2 p.m. East Coast time most days of the week. That's 2 p.m. East Coast time most days of the week. You can get your cell phone out, send a text message with the word ignition or with the word time to 70,000. That's 70000. You'll get added to our SMS alerts list. You can opt out of the alerts at any time. We'll send you breaking news and alerts, in news that's important as far as the country, as far as the economy, as far as your money is concerned. There's no charge for this, and you can opt out at any time. You can also get on our email list. Simply go to ignitiontime.com/alerts. That's ignitiontime.com/alerts, and you can get added to our email list. You can opt out of the emails at any point in time. Now, remember that YouTube does not always send out notifications on time. So all you have to do is simply bookmark youtube.com/ignitiontime. That's youtube.com/ignitiontime. And then you can visit the homepage of our channel and you can check out our videos at any point in time that you want. Also remember that you can follow us on Instagram. Our Instagram handle is ignition_time. That's ignition_time. Make sure to follow us on Instagram. We release exclusive content specifically for our Instagram community. Speaking of exclusive content, you can get breaking news from us on Twitter. So just follow us on Twitter. Our Twitter handle is ignition_time, the same as the Instagram handle. That's ignition_time. So make sure you follow us on Twitter as well. If you learned something new from this video, all I ask is you please click the like button, please subscribe, please enable notifications. That helps out the YouTube algorithm. That tells YouTube that you found the content valuable, and I would really appreciate that. That would be your vote of confidence in us and all the effort that goes into this channel. You can also share this video with friends and family. Let's fight the good fight together, and let's help spread honest, accurate information. We live in a climate that's highly divisive. I've mentioned this before, and I believe this down to the core of my being. For me, it's not about the red or the blue. It's about the red, white, and blue. I'm not Democrat. I'm not Republican. I'm American. We are all Americans first. So I think it's important for us to be able to help each other. Please share this video with friends and family. Please comment below. Our community is a very powerful community. It's growing. It's highly respectful. It's highly intelligent, and it's bipartisan. So participate in our growing community. I think you might make some new friends. As always, you'll find links in the description section below for all our news sources, so you can check them out for yourself. Thank you so much for watching. I'm looking forward to seeing you in the next episode of Ignition Time. Take care. Bye.